Look,
Listen.
Taylor.
no, everybody's excited. Clambos, welcome to episode 44, the very first episode of the Scarlet and Violet anime. It's listen with Geese Guyera. Why is Taylor laughing? I don't know, but here's...
I had a big old title page in my notes, and I put in giant letters, Sapphire. And you just said Scarlet, so that made me feel pretty silly.
Sapphire's Game Boy Advance. Clambos, I'm going to do something a little bit different today, which is normally we go straight into whoever's goofing off with onions, and then we talk about that for 45 minutes, and then we talk about the episode. But today, a little bit different. We're not going to get into the plot of the episode, but I do want to hear, before even watching, playing, goofing, I want to hear the thoughts of this new anime style, because Glambos is very different. This is a very different type of anime than an Ash and Pikachu anime. So I want to know what Taylor and Geese think of it before we discuss anything further.
Geese, you go first so I don't interrupt you.
Great idea. Here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
Guys, do I love school animes or like school stories? Yes. Do I miss my confident himbo? I do. I don't know how I feel about this like shy, misunderstood girl.
What is himbo? What is himbo?
Himbo is a male bimbo.
Yes.
But Geese, you have nothing to worry about because there are himbos that come in.
I'm pretty sure the guy on the dragon is older Ash.
It's not at all, but all I got to tell you, Geese, I have his name written down, but all I have to tell you, Geese, is that himbos are on the way, and she's not the only main character. So next episode, we'll get a new main character.
Oh, spoilers.
Jeez Louise. Spoilers, it's on the thing. The name of the series is Liko and Roy's Big Adventure.
Himbo's akimbo.
Yeah. Also, I do love a blimp. I do love a blimp gang.
I do love a good blimp.
I do love a good blimp. Do you not know what a blimp is?
Are you guys doing like a Abbott and Costello bit, or
is that like a? Well, you said a himbo. Is a himbo like a blimp?
Laurence Olivier and Tortimer, Carl's Hardy's, Carl's
Forrest Whitaker.
You know what a blimp is?
Like a dirigible?
It's like a Zeppelin.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that was like some kind of thing.
The episode we watched.
Yeah, I just didn't know if that was like another thing, like a himbo.
Okay, Geese, did you have final thoughts on the new style of the anime?
I don't like the internal dialogue. I'm not a big internal dialogue kind of person.
She walks around head empty.
Yeah.
Don't most people think in pictures anyway? Like that's how most thoughts work, right?
I don't think most people. I think it's probably like pretty divided, but I'm captivated by the story. After watching the first episode, I wanted to watch the next one, which is good, but I think it's just going to take me a little bit to get used to this new format and style.
Clambos, it is very, very different. Let's hear what Taylor has to say.
So I have so many notes about the tone just in the first couple minutes. Like in the first minute, you can tell what a different anime this is. I was getting some real strong isekai vibes. I like the fact that they're not going with the same character as Ash, because they just couldn't do that. Otherwise, people would. I would certainly complain about that on official forums. It's cool. I don't like the inner monologue, but it's different, so I like that. I'm not the biggest fan of an inner monologue. I think that's kind of lazy, but in an anime, whatever. Her uncertainty, like her overbearing uncertainty, is really cool to me because it's clearly conveying the message that the writers want to send to their younger audience. It's going to be a better cultural snapshot of like what kids are going through currently, and it's going to provide a lot of room for character growth. So I think that payoff is going to be worth it, where I hope they don't drag it out too long, but you'll really be able to see an identifiable difference between episode 1 and like whenever the series ends, episode whatever, because Ash was more or less the same character the entire time. Very short-sighted, headstrong, good person type characters. So this person, I think you're going to be able to see her grow into someone new.
Yes, that is what they're setting up is character growth. You can tell immediately. I mean, we had growth just with her and the cat, Sprigatito. Oh, you guys are gonna have a fun time with these names because I'm gonna have to give you all the English names, and then you're gonna have to write them down and memorize them because they're only giving you Japanese names.
I was looking at the spelling of the name of the cat the entire episode, and my mind just said cat. It's the whole time.
Sprigatito.
Okay.
Sprigatito.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
from Spain.
Cat.
Cannoli marinara.
No, not Italian. It's a Spanish cat, not an Italian cat. Okay, all right, Clambos. Okay. Here's the thing about Scarlet Violet anime. It's closer in tone to those Pokemon shorts they put out that were quote unquote way more realistic than the Ash Pikachu anime. I don't see Ash capable of existing in this world. He's too silly. This world is it's like the next step up in anime kind of thing.
I want the goofs and the gaffs.
Yeah, I think Ash could exist in this. Like, we're seeing a lot of real passive personalities and real grounded personalities, but Ash he did silly things, but I think he could still exist in this world.
You just switch up his character a little bit.
Yeah, make him older. Easy.
Okay. Do you guys want to move on to Look and Play and discuss the episode more later, or are there more thoughts you want to get?
Yes, one last thought. I know that you say that the guy in the jacket isn't Ash, but what if it is Ash?
What if it is?
Yeah.
It would make sense because he's very tan.
His name is Professor Friday.
So
Friday.
Professor Friday
Ash
could easily
Ketchum,
be Ash.
You put ketchup on fries. Connect the dots, Guyera.
Geese Peep.
Yes.
His name is not Ash Ketchum in Japanese.
He's going by a fake name because he's so popular and he wants to travel the world anonymously.
I thought you were trying to say "and honestly," but instead you tripped over your word like 5 times. And ominously. Okay.
Very ominously.
Very ominously.
And at the preview at the end of the episode for the next episode, you see Pikachu. So
spoilers. That's a different Pikachu. That's Captain Pikachu.
No.
No.
No, it's not.
No. In Denial Geese is pretty good. Okay. Taylor's looking up with he's doing the face people do when they're looking up and to the left, and it's they say that's what the face you make when you're looking in your brain for something to say.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just thinking about what you're saying, and I'm thinking about the plausibility of this being Ash.
It's not. All right,
and I was thinking of the nature of conspiracy theories, too.
Might as well. Watching, playing, eating, playing, looking. Oh, Clambos. Guess what I watched this week? I saw the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I highly recommend it. One of the best Marvel films in a very, very long time. No spoilers, but I was crying. So get your tissues ready.
Question about it. The last Marvel movie that I saw was Doctor Strange 2.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to watch the latest Thor movie before you watch this?
No, but I would recommend you go on Disney Plus. There is a special that is canon, and it is called Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special or Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas Special. That is canon and sets up things in 3. And
interesting.
There are actual big things that happen in that little special. That's cute. There is throwaway lines in part 3 that give you the information you need from the holiday special, but I think it's better if you just watch the holiday special and you actually watch these things happen and not just, oh, here's one line of dialogue. Although this movie, Guardians 3, is really good at, and I think James Gunn has received praise for this, being able to concisely and entertainingly deliver information within a short amount of time that audiences are a fan of. They put it in the trailer. It was good. All right, in my video games this week, I caught some shiny Cleavors in Pokemon Go, and that was fun going out because it was a raid day in the earlier parts of the day. Because normally when there's a Pokemon Go event, Clambos, it's on my walk, so it's like 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., and it's fine. But this Cleavor raid event where you could get a shiny Cleavor at higher odds, I had to rush out the house and start just walking in a direction, finding gyms to battle. And finally, I found a shiny Cleavor. Very exciting. Now, last night, Clambos, I didn't realize I was here already, but I made it to the final boss of Final Fantasy V, so I'm going to beat that probably today. I skipped some stuff. I was looking for these waterfalls I was supposed to go into to get the final legendary weapons, but instead I just completed all of the final dungeon, and it was tough. And I got to the final boss, X-Death. First time I walked in there, wasn't prepared at all. I think I killed myself. Second time, I battled him for so long and tried so hard. I ended up losing, but it was fine. I enjoyed the experience, especially because of how easy of a time I've had this whole time. But now I'm going to back out. I'm going to leave the dungeon and I'm going to collect the rest of those weapons and grind up a bit. And then I should have an easy time beating him. So that'll be fun.
Was there a, didn't the last dungeon feel very, very different from every other dungeon?
It's incredibly different. It's
okay.
What I thought I was in was a secret, super hidden hyper dungeon. I didn't know I was in plot dungeon because I didn't really do anything to get there. I didn't go to some big precipice that said, here is the final area. I was just in an area. I'm looking for something called Eastern Waterfalls, and I don't know where that is. It's not on my map.
Probably to the east.
Well, that's where I went. I went to the east and just ended up by a desert, and immediately the enemies were super, super strong. So I adjusted my jobs and changed what I was doing. Before, I would just cast a spell, or I would use a bard, somebody who has the sing command, to stop all the enemies and then have everybody else just attack. And that's how I played the majority of the game. Very easy.
I mean, Final Fantasy IV, I just remember going into that final dungeon and it was like, it was overbearingly obvious that was the final dungeon.
Yeah, giant moon palace.
Yeah.
But in 5, it's crazy. It's a whirlwind combination of multiple dimensions, and you've got frozen people and really good weapon drops and item boxes and things. But
frozen people,
yeah, they're like frozen in time. Not like Elsa and Olaf, but what was I saying, Taylor, before you said that about Final Fantasy IV?
You love Final Fantasy V. Something about jobs, because I was also going to ask you about jobs.
Okay, so some of these tougher enemies, you can't even afflict them with stop. So that wasn't working, and then they were doing so much damage per attack that I went, okay, we got to actually take this seriously now. So I have a white mage set up to just Kiraga every turn, and the rest of them attack. So that's
what are your other classes?
Oh, I mean, I just equip whatever class just so I can get more ability points. And then you can equip one, once you master a class, or you don't even need to master it, but as you level up a class, you can equip their ability into a slot no matter the class.
Oh, so, like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Like a lot of Final Fantasy games with jobs, most of them. No. But it doesn't actually matter what my class is 90% of the time. I'm just a monk, because that's the fastest way to do this. So I'm not constantly switching weapons.
You're not just a monk.
There's something about a ribbon, right?
Yeah, I did equip. That's the big thing, Geese. So remember I said I wasn't prepared for the final boss, X-Death? He just kept casting these wild... He cast this attack that not only kills you... Taylor. It not only kills you, but it petrifies you. So you're a dead, petrified stone. So not only do you need to be revived, you also need to be unpetrified. So that once I saw that, I knew it was curtain. So my second attempt, I used the 2 ribbons I do have, and then he stopped using that attack. So that was good.
Monk. You're just a monk.
Yes. Okay. So
it's a Tony Shalhoub.
But I give them all the ability barehanded, which makes... All right. This is not a podcast for fun and laughs. No.
Give me credit. You should be proud that I know what monk even is.
Number 1 rule of Look Listen with Geese and Guyera is no jokes, no laughs, no
serious
fun.
Business.
You just talk for 50 minutes with no breath, no interruptions, and that's what this is all about.
And apples.
And Taylor. All I'm trying to say is with monks, you have the skill barehanded, which makes them very powerful even when they don't have anything equipped, weapon-wise. Well, specifically when they don't have anything equipped. A monk with a sword doesn't know how to do anything, but a monk with just his fists is great.
But you give him a pot of water and he'll show you the secrets of the universe.
So every character has barehanded except for my healer. So that way they're just punch and they do a bunch of damage. And that's I guess what I have to say about that.
I want to see a game where one of the weapons is bare hands and they're like bare paws with claws.
Oh, I'm sure that's been in games.
I would assume so. I just can't think of any.
And then real quick, Clambos, I'm gonna go through my food. I ate go-go bop, beef bulgogi with rice, and cabbage and bean sprouts and cheese and gochujang sauce and hot dog, which is a hot Korean pancake with brown sugar inside, and I recommend everyone eat it. Yum, yum, yum.
Hot spicy?
Yeah, I mean, it could be spicier, but gochujang, spicy sauce, yeah. Geese, I need to hear what you've been watching and eating and playing and listening.
Well, I'll start with eating. Over the weekend, I went to my sister's house and we got Taco Bell, and I was so excited because I was really craving a grilled cheese burrito for the past 3 weeks.
Oh, I need to have one of those still.
And I was so disappointed. It was not good. And my tumbo hurt so bad after. I just laid down and took a 5-hour nap that day.
Oh, geez.
I ate 8 Pepto tablets. And I was just really sad because I wanted that burrito so bad and it disappointed me. So
that's a bummer.
There is some big problem right now. I don't know what it is. The last 2 times I went to Taco Bell, very disappointing. Portion size, pitiful. Taste, not good. Quality, down the drain. I feel so bad. Although Geese's Pepto, I can't do the tablet Peptos. They don't do anything for me. I need the liquid Pepto, extra strength.
And refrigerated.
It doesn't have to be
refrigerated.
It doesn't have to be refrigerated, but it preferably. I like the pink.
Listen.
I like the cherry.
Cherry
Pepto. Yummy.
Ew. Okay. In terms of watching, I haven't really watched much of anything. I think the most recent stuff I watched is Bluey last night.
I've heard good things.
Bluey's great. I love it. It's a great time. Guys, I have big news gaming-wise.
Announcement.
You got the job.
Announcement, Clambos.
No.
We're going to put out another press release for this one.
Okay. Big news.
Guys.
Big news. All right. You started Legendary Dragoon. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to stop guessing. Okay, tell me.
We put out a press release for the podcast. That was funny.
We did. That was funny. I'm quitting Cats and Soup. It's
what?
It's too much of a chore. It's too much of a chore. I don't derive any happiness from it anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. I just watch 40 ads a day.
Oh, wow.
I'm done.
Good for you.
I just need to be done.
Clambos, I can relate because yesterday I forgot to do Wordle, and now my life is nothing but a hollow shell of what it once was.
Guyera, how did you forget?
I was busy. We were talking and playing and goofing, and I had other things to worry about. A million things to worry about.
Okay.
So now my 100+ streak is just gone.
Oh, Jesus. They really lay down the hammer on you, huh?
What do you mean?
They should give you a grace day if you play for a month straight or something. Like little vacation days.
Yeah, like Duolingo does. You get a free
I was going to
streak.
ask if they do the passive aggressive thing that Duolingo does.
I'm so sorry about your loss, Guyera.
I don't think I'm going to go back.
You lost something too with Cats and Soup.
I can't go through this pain again of building up a streak that long.
Oh my gosh. Do you enjoy?
Do you happy? Do you happy with Wordle?
Do you derive joy?
Jokes.
Is Joe Biden happy with Wordle? Find out in the newscast.
I hear Jill Biden meets everybody.
You're confusing me.
Oh, she's got the little confused status effect above her head, just like in Final Fantasy V. She's gonna punch herself.
Get your ribbons.
Do you have fun when you play Wordle?
Yes, an immense amount of fun, and it's a great community, and it makes me stay in contact with my family every day because we're all sharing our Wordles.
Then why would you quit just because of a streak?
Because I lost my streak, and it was over 100.
Get over it.
This isn't the first time it's happened. Taylor, tell me about your things.
All right. Finish Legend of Dragoon.
Good start, girls.
Finished Legend of Dragoon. And that game, I don't know what it did to me. I don't know if it was like...
What? Wait for the police. All right, Master and Commander?
No. I'm talking about Legend of Dragoon because I think this has been a little saga that I've had.
Yeah. We just got to wait for all the sirens.
I didn't think they could get closer, but they found a way.
They're at the door.
They're just downstairs. They are just downstairs.
Are you downstairs? Oh, Geese, do you know that joke? Are you downstairs?
No.
Okay.
Oh, it's great.
Okay. All right. Geese, listen. Are we able to finish one thought in one person's gosh darn looking plan? No. But at least we have this. Taylor, whenever he would be in his home and an Uber or a Lyft would arrive, he would communicate to this driver as if Taylor was the center of the universe and everything on the planet is just in relation to him. So when an Uber, because he lives not on the first floor, when an Uber would arrive, he would ask the driver, "Oh, are you downstairs?" Which every time cracked me up because what's the Uber driver going to say, Geese? No, I drove up the stairs. Oh, are you downstairs?
Very funny.
No, I'm flying over the Galleria.
Okay, so Legend of Dragoon. I stopped playing games pretty much after that. I finished that a few days ago, and I just haven't wanted to play games because it's such a good adventure. There's such good pacing. Combat's fun. And I felt the normal, like, little pang pottle of regret when I was starting to begin the last encounter to finish the game because I never liked doing that. But I did it, saw the end credits, saw the post credits, and finished the game. It's great. Nice little adventure. And that's pretty much it.
Do you hear my sirens?
Yes.
Nice. That's pretty cool. We have double dueling sirens.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Geese, can you kill some, or call the police or call 911?
Just real quick.
No.
We could have triple sirens.
Yeah, just tell any friend of the show, I don't know who, but maybe one friend of the show should get an ambulance.
Paris.
Oh, he changed his name to Paris? Okay, like that character in Troy. So tell Paris.
Parlez-vous.
He texted me photos from the catacombs recently.
Like in that movie As Above, So Below? That didn't end well. Spoilers. So
parlez-vous français.
I started watching Master and Commander, and that's one of those movies. I don't know what it is. I only saw that movie once in theaters when I was a kid. My father insisted. He and I used to watch movies together every week, and he was super duper into sailing. So I remember watching it thinking, man, this seems very realistic, and turns out it is very realistic. Unfortunately, every time I watch that movie, the one time I've watched that movie, I'm rewatching it now, I'm watching this saying, this is an incredible movie. This is ahead of its time. This is very well made. The acting's good. The editing's good. The cinematography is fantastic. I'm bored to tears. And I just don't know what that means. I have no idea. So I'm sitting there kind of trudging my way through the movie, thinking what a masterpiece it is. And I just,
Very sick, Taylor. Very sick.
Eaton, I am currently making onion soup, and I actually need to stir the onions now.
Oh, my God.
But I waited. I waited until the halfway point.
You and these onions. All right, get you stirring.
All right. Onions are very interesting. Caramelized onions. It's real cool.
Clambos, let's move on to Poke News
of the Week.
Geese. Poke News of
the Week.
Perfect. Okay. Only one item today, Clambos. Sarah B, Joe Sarah B, your boy and mine, has announced. Well, I'm sure Nintendo and Pokemon announced it, not just Sarah B, but you know where I get my news from.
Yes.
I'm loyal to Joe Sarabee.
Good.
The next 7-star Terra Raid battle has been fully revealed. Battle against the rock Terra type Chestnut, one of the ugliest final evolutions to ever be designed. He runs from May 12th to May 14th, and again a week later from May 19th to May 21st. Very sick. Now then, we're getting all these final starters from different regions for Scarlet Violet. I will, of course, be catching this Pokemon. Let's move it to reporter Geese Peep/Taylor in Switzerland. Wait, was he in Switzerland last week?
I don't remember. I think he was in the Maldives.
Yep, sounds like me.
Honestly, I think we might have done this one, but who's to say?
Who's to say?
Should we pick a new one then, just to say? Just to
what
who's
is
to
it?
Say? Just to what's to say? Just to cover the basis.
Watching.
Okay, hold on. Let me Google random city generator.
Oh, wait. What's wrong with Chestnut? He looks sick.
He's a goof.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's like a leafy Mecha Blastoise. Yeah, that looks like a Digimon. That doesn't look like a Pokemon.
Nuke Greenland.
That's not a real place.
Let me
and
get
it's
the weather
Nuck.
for you.
Huh?
Did you say it? That doesn't sound like a real place, and it's not.
I should have, but I did not. Okay, so it's Nux. Here we are, back to Nux.
Nux Greenland. Geese, or Clambos, if you don't know, Nux is, we haven't done it in a bit, but Nux is when you put out your, it's like a fist bump, but we were doing this way before fist bumps were in vogue. And what's amusing about it is it actually turned more into just really extending the knuckle of your middle finger, much more than a fist bump.
As we got the extension of the Nuck, we really diminished the force behind it.
There was force? When was there ever force?
There was no. Well, I mean, that's saying a lot, like it would start out with a normal Nuck, and by the end of it, we would be sitting there for like 30 seconds, like lining it up like we're docking a space station. Just and then we would do that, and then it would just wave of relief. Anyway, here we are in Nux.
From Greenland, it's Taylor, reporter Geese Peep.
Good news is, welcome to Greenland. Bad news is, we all remember that from the Mighty Ducks, because Greenland is very nice and Iceland is covered in ice, except reversed. Well, I guess I was D2, the Mighty Ducks, huh? But, fun fact about Nuck Greenland. Oh. You can type in Nux Greenland, and it just pops out Nuck. Take from that what you will. Current weather has changed its location. Thank you, Google. I guess it's 34. CF? I don't know. But it's 34. It's cold. Bring a sweater. Bring a scarf.
Out in the field, 34C is not cold. Not cold at all.
It's a nice, balmy 34 Fahrenheit.
Oh.
Back to you.
Thank you, Tim.
Greenland has a cool flag.
Emphasis on the cool. Does it? Let me. Oh, whoa, that is sick. It kind of looks like a skin that you would put on your Switch dock.
All right, Clambos, the time has arrived. It is Pokemon Horizons. Pokemon, do I have it written down? No, I don't. The name of the series in Japanese
is Welcome to Pokemon Sapphire.
No, it's something to the extent of Pokemon Horizons, in English, Liko and Roy's Big Adventure. Something like that.
Isn't it To Be the Best or something? No, To Be a Master was the last series.
Last one. Well, it's the new Scarlet Violet anime, Clambos.
Yeah.
Geese, can you please tell us the title of the episode in English? Ego.
Yes. The Pendant of Beginning. Part 1.
I was hoping you were just going to say yes.
Or in Japanese, Hajimari no Pendanto, Zenpen.
Zenpen is my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon.
Cute.
Wait, is that an actual Pokemon?
No, but it does sound like a psychic penguin.
It kind of does. Yeah, could be all about balance.
Yes.
Ooh.
Because that could be in its evolutionary tree. Probably a penguin balancing on like a beam.
Clambos, please, yes, submit your fan art of Zenpen, the Gen Z psychic penguin.
Wait, I thought you said the Gen 5 Psychic Penguin.
You're allowed to... Is Gen Z
Gen
a
5?
thing?
Yeah. Gen Z is like after Gen X and Millennial, I think.
Sorry, I meant Gen 5.
Okay.
The Gen Z.
Send in your fan art for the Zoomer Penguin Pendant or whatever we said
Zenpen.
Zenpen.
Yes, they're going to have to change the name of his name in Japanese, though, because his name will just be part 1, which will... And email that fan art to looklistencast@gmail.com, please. Clambos, we have an intro of Pokemon from all over the world. And we see a young girl at a bus stop, Route 22 in Kanto. She's got a little green hair clip, which is the same symbol as Ash's hat and his new shoes. Then we see a girl start to greet someone, and Liko is the woman's name. It's the young girl's name. Liko embarrassingly thinks that she's the one being greeted, but no, she's not, Clambos.
She didn't even do the thing that would normally happen in that, where she starts waving enthusiastically, and then they're like, "Ooh, what? What are you doing?" She just looked.
But she still felt very awkward.
Yeah.
As we've learned from her internal dialogue, which we've learned Geese isn't necessarily a huge fan of.
Yeah. I want the excitement. I want the confidence. I want the Pokemon.
Ash Ketchum.
Sounds like Roy is your boy, who we will meet not in this episode, Clambo. Sorry about that.
Roy is Ash, by the way, for those listening.
No.
Oh, it's the same amount of vowels, consonants, and letters.
No. She sits down, Clambos, and there's a Rattata eating something and being real rude to Liko. Everybody's giving her a hard time, sort of.
Mm.
The bus is here, and oh my God, we get the cutest little Machop jumping out of the bus with a little green.
I thought he was the bus driver for a second. I was like,
I'm so happy you said that, because I thought he was getting off the bus, and I was like, "Where's Machop going? Why is he traveling so much?"
No, he just helps with the baggage because he's a strong Pokemon.
And small.
I hope he can help with my baggage.
Got him. So little Machop grabs her stuff. She goes into the bus. She's driving off. We see some Butterfree flying by. Apparently, Clambo, she's here to learn. Where she's going to some kind of school in Kanto.
The way you said learn was pretty good.
She's not from Kanto, Clambos, just to make this clear. This girl, Liko, is from Paldea, which is based on Spain.
Yeah, her parents are from Kanto, though.
And then there's some girls on the bus. Yes, they're going to bring that up later, which that's going more into Geese's theory of Ash, for sure.
Exactly.
But anyway, there's some girls watching a live stream on their phone. It is, in English, this character's name is Nido Thing. It is a person dressed in a Nido, looks like a Nidorina, I think, outfit, like zipped up like a Disney. What do they call those?
Princess.
No. Like
a
mouse.
Yeah, mascot performer. That's probably the term I'm looking for.
Cast member?
No, I know they're called cast members, but you don't call Goofy a cast member to the children.
Okay. You don't?
I do.
No.
What would you call them?
Well, no, it's pretend. You're playing
Characters.
Pretend when you go to Disney. Yeah, it's a character.
Oh.
As a matter of fact,
Character
the rule is
greeting.
you're never allowed to say you play a character at Disney. You have to say you're a friend of that character.
Oh.
That's the rule.
Okay. Is Goofy a dog or a cow?
He's a dog. All right.
Okay.
Clambos, they're
He's
watching live
dating
stream.
a cow, though, right?
Really? Well, that's rude.
That's
Maybell?
very rude, Geese.
Is it Maybell? Isn't that a thing?
No, she died.
No, Maybell's not even in the
What?
show. Isn't that like a cheese ambassador? Like on top of the Baby Bell
Wasn't there
cheeses?
a cow that he was romantically involved with?
I'm just going by Goofy movie lore, but we have got to get off of Goofy. We have got to. Clambos, listen, I'm telling you right now, fairly certain, well, not 100%, but my theory is that the person inside the Nido Thing outfit is actually Ayano, which is a gym leader in Scarlet and Violet, and she's a very popular live streamer, and people adore that character. And her card in the Pokemon TCG, the full arts, go for a lot of money.
Question. Whatever happened to that cool guy with the green hair that was really cool?
N.
Yeah.
He lives in Unova.
Did he just kind of wander off and there was no closure with his character arc?
The biggest episodes for him, unfortunately, have never aired. They're dark, deep, secret episodes because they were going to come out around the time of the terrible earthquakes, the tragedy in Japan, 2011, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So they just never aired them. And that was his big storyline, which is too bad. The bus is going. Liko also likes to watch that streamer, but Clambo, she's too bashful to talk to the girls, even though they have similar interests. We see out the window. We see some Taurus, some Onyx, some Firo. And then, Geese, we arrive at the school. And I got so excited for you. Do you remember right when you see the school, there's somebody who walks by in front of the school, what Pokemon they're holding?
I didn't notice.
It's a Rowlet, Geese.
A Rowlet.
Rowlet's pretty darn cute, you ask me.
Yeah, because I know later when they're showing the starters that Rowlet is one of the potential starters.
Everybody's wearing a cute little uniform. It's brown. Liko has a
beige.
Beige, sure. Liko has a red bow and a little green leaf pin. We're going to notice a lot of these students have different pins. Some of them have the fire, so I imagine some have water. I guess that means that she is locked into getting a grass type starter. I don't know.
I thought she only put the pin on after she got her Pokemon.
No, she had the pin in that first shot when she's in front of the school.
And hers is a leaf, you say?
Yeah, it's a leaf. At first I thought it was that symbol they use it in Discord now too, actually, but that symbol they use in Japan sometimes, if you're new in an MMO, you get a little like sprout next to your name.
Oh, yeah, they do that in FF14, yeah.
Just like, this is a student driver. Please give them they're learning to drive. Please calm down.
Yeah, and honk at them and get mad on the road.
Yeah, please get mad.
Mm-hmm.
We see some kids walking by with a Torchic and a War Turtle and some Pidgeys, and there's a Poliwhirl watering plants. There, Clambos, there's a lot going on. It's a new series, so they're introducing a lot of things, so I'm just furiously writing down notes.
I thought it was kind of cool. I think they did a good job of not being super overbearing with like an information dump or anything. Like there's a lot that you can pick up contextually about the school and about the world and everything. You can assume it's in the future because they've kind of refined how a Pokemon would be given to a new trainer. So I'm assuming this academy system has been put in place way after the first show.
So a couple things to just mention about this episode. Very unlike the normal anime, which will typically take place over the course of a day or a couple days. This episode is very fast-paced. We are just jumping from scenes from day to day to day to day. She is at, in English, Indigo Academy is the name of it. In Japanese, it's like Seikie, but Indigo Academy is what we're going to call it because that's the name in English. It's weird because, as we've mentioned a million times, the English show, the English dub is way behind the Japanese right now. But when they announced this show, they just info dumped all the English names for everything, for all your like starting characters. So that's interesting. Liko arrives to her dorm room, room 303. There's already a girl in there. Oh my God. Did she have the wrong room? No, it's her roommate, Ann. And she has the little anime tooth that people in Japan just can't get enough of. They find it so cute. Little Fang.
And they were roommates.
She's making a big mess. She apologizes and
I like her. She's what I would want from a main character.
Uh-oh.
I do like that there's no I wrote this down later when they were fighting spoilers, and I think it's really refreshing that you have a character that isn't a bully. It's really refreshing that there's a school setting. There's somebody who's incredibly passive and plagued by self-doubt, and they're not getting bullied. There's no bully that they have to overcome. She's not getting thrashed by this Oshawott owner. And then like, haha, you couldn't battle your way out of a wet paper bag. Haha. Like there's not that dynamic. And I think that's really cool.
Well, yeah, hopefully we don't get any bullies. Maybe that's a played out kind of idea at this point.
I think
especially for a kid show.
Like if you were that much on rails with every other anime like this, I think that'd be a problem.
So Ann and Liko are discussing where they're from, and Ann thinks it's real cool that she comes from Paldea because Ann is a fan of, and this is going to get confusing for English versus Japanese, because this line of Pokemon, the Pomot line, their names are literally just different between the languages. You just swap them out. So Pommy is called Pomo, but in English, Pomo is its evolution. It's very confusing, but they're talking about Pommy. It's a very cute little electric type Pokemon. That's all you got to know, I guess. Talking about Pommy, not Pomo.
Oh, okay.
Turns out that Liko's parents went to this school, and that's why she's here. And this is when I was thinking, wait, parents from Kanto? Ooh.
What if
daughter,
it's Ash?
sister, who's to say?
What if, okay, if Roy's not Ash, then what if...
Roy is a kid. Are you talking about Professor Friday?
I was just about to say it would be like Lily would be who he married because she has blue eyes.
Oh. Okay, Clambos, I'm sorry. We gotta get moving here. We gotta get moving. Both girls have never been outside of their own home regions. And Anne wants to show Liko Viridian City. That'll be fun, a girl's trip out. We cut to an adorable furret getting brushed by a student with a fire pin. You notice this kid has.
Those are fire Pokemon?
No. I said his pin. His pin is fire. Furret is not a starter. We see a bunch of Pokemon out in the yard. There's a Snubble, an Espeon, a Raticate, a Machoke, a Roselia, a Luxio, a Slowbro, and a Drifloon. Almost missed him. They're watching some sick battles, the girls are. And Clambos, the big event's going to happen. They're going to get to pick out their partner Pokemon. Well, wait, do they get to pick it out? Or no, just the professor decides what they're going to get? They're just pick this ball, right?
Yeah, because he was pointing real heavy at ball number 11 for her.
Interesting. So they don't get... This school, you do not get to pick. You're assigned one. It's interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Like there's some kind of preliminary evaluation for the students going into this, and they pick your Pokemon based on that.
I was laughing so much at this scene just thinking about Geese, because you've got this little girl who's so nervous about all these interviews she's having and all these people she's got to talk to and all these Zoom meetings she's a part of. It's crazy.
And she doesn't even have her glasses.
Honestly, I would not be nervous about those kind of interviews. I'm mostly nervous about like the in-person interview I have.
Yeah.
You got it. Geese.
No, I'm never going to get the job, and I'm going to be unemployed forever, and I'm going to
that's also an option.
Everybody, please Venmo Geese. Go to looklistencast.com and just support us monthly so she doesn't have to get a job.
Yeah, Venmo Taylor something, too, for his freaking medical bills.
Yeah. Whoa, language.
Whoa.
Okay. So after this, after the entrance ceremony, everybody's going to get a Pokemon. Partner Pokemon.
Let me stir onions real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, my God. So Charmander very cutely interrupts the tense moment of all of the anxiety of poor Liko as Geese just stares and feels like, oh, great. Anxiety. Breaks the tension. We cut to night. Anne is snoozing away. Liko's writing in her diary. She's got cute little drawings, Geese. I like her drawings.
Liko is an artist. She's a quiet artist character. And, she needs to get some sleep. Her sleep hygiene is very poor.
We cut to the next morning. We're in class. And there's a lady giving the Pokemon speech. Basically, at the beginning of new games or new animes, you'll get this same speech. It's like, Pokemon are mysterious and powerful creatures. They live in the sky, the sea, the air, the ground, stuff like that. They say the name of the school for the first time in this scene, that it's the Indigo Academy. Of course, part of the Indigo League. Checks out. And then we cut to a class where they're learning how to use their Rotom phones, which is fun. They're downloading and charging them up. That's going to be their Pokedex as well. We're familiar with that by now. It's time, Clambos, it is time to get our partner Pokemon and Geese. It's my favorite part of the podcast. And Geese. Anne walks up to the Pokemon, and what Pokemon does she get? And I'll give you a hint. It's my boy.
Shimanimaru?
Yes, Oshawott.
No, wait, isn't its name in
Mijumaru
Japanese
in Japanese. Mijumaru.
Okay, yeah.
Miji. And
Oshawott.
Clambos, I know I've said it before. Apologies. You can fast forward 5 seconds if you want. But because the coverage, Gen 5, which Mijimaru Oshawott is a part of, as well as Pokéboo, Tepig, that was the last game to be released in Japan first, significantly before it came out in English in the United States. But this was a point where we had so much information on the internet that to this very day, I look at a lot of those Pokemon and think of their Japanese name first. Literally watching this episode, I saw a Tepig and could only think Pokéboo, his Japanese name, which is crazy. And Taylor.
Yes.
It's finally Liko's turn to get her very first partner Pokemon. Do you remember what I told you this Pokemon's name is, or do you need me to say it for you?
Absolutely. It is Cat.
That's right, Clambos. It's Sprigatito from Paldea.
Sprigatito.
Sprigatito.
Luigi Mario.
Spanish is very beautiful. Geese got on her glasses, and now she's loopsy.
Now you're ready for the interview.
Sprigatito is, of course, the new grass-type cat starter of Scarlet and Violet from Paldea. Liko says, "Oh, kawaii," and tries to get close, but Sprigatito scratches her and runs off.
That's me with any cat I see.
They scratch you on your hand?
I try to hug it and it runs away.
She really lays it on thick. Every single time Cat walks up to her, she's just like, "Let me smell you." And
well, Clam, but before you get into sweet scent is the ability that Sprigatito has, so it naturally just produces this nice smell that you can follow. Liko chases Sprigatito because she ran out the class. She's so worried, she's embarrassed, she's scared. And then Sprigatito's jumping up trees and roofs, leaving sweet scent. And it's napping on the roofs. Okay, if anybody wants to describe this scene, because a lot of things happen. Taylor, do you want to just say what happens with words? The scene that ends in Sprigatito jumping on Liko's face and they fall on a Snorlax. Can you recount that scene with words?
I don't even know how to process what was happening. That's the scene where they're running on top of like the roofs and just randomly the cat wants to jump onto Liko, correct?
She's trying to... Okay, I'll try it with words. Basically, it's not important.
It's a weird scene.
It's not important, but all you need to know is Liko is afraid for the safety of Sprigatito, so she's saying, you need to be careful here, and she puts her arms out and tries to catch her, and then Sprigatito jumps, but then when Sprigatito lands on Liko's face, she falls over a railing, and they're both going to die, but luckily there was a Snorlax there that they fall onto. Moving on!
I wish I could fall onto a big, fat Snorlax.
It'd be fun.
It would. So comfortable.
We cut to sunset, and Liko's snuggling with Sprigatito by the dock and the pond. Oh my God, she scratched her again. Jesus. Actually, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. Sprigatito scratches her, and Liko says, "Nande," or why in Japanese, which made me think of Taylor. Nande. Cut back to the Nido thing, streamer, and fell asleep watching it, and Liko's nervous.
For some reason.
Well, she's a nervous girl. What are you going to do?
It's like her character note.
Yeah. At this point, the days are just flying by. We see the first battle between Liko and Ann. Sprigatito should use grass attacks, is what I'm saying, against Oshawott, little water type, but she's not listening.
Yep.
There's a ton of transitions, and we get a clip of Nido Thing explaining type matchups. And
sick.
Liko is trying to learn how to battle using this information. They start training at night and they're sneaking around. I guess they're not allowed out at night. That's kind of what it looked like.
It's weird that they were talking about type matchups, no? Like if you were going to a battle academy, wouldn't you understand that?
I guess not. I mean,
maybe she was teaching the cat and the cat didn't know, and that's why the cat didn't understand why using leafage against Oshawott would have been a good idea.
Very good point.
Even in the video games, when you just walk into a school, they're talking about type matchups. Not really worth looking into. Yeah, they're going to teach type matchups in the school. And Scarlet Violet, same thing. Because that takes place in a big giant school. Okay, Geese, now we're going to throw it over to you as the jewelry expert of the podcast. What does Liko have hidden under her bed? Please tell us.
She has her grandmother's amulet, or they call it a good luck charm. And, I have to say, I am a sucker for the magic amulet trope, so I was very excited to see this. It's very pretty. It's green and bluish, and Anne is like, "Why don't you wear it?" And Liko's like, "Oh, I guess I'm just too young." And so she puts it back under her bed.
Yeah, this mysterious pendant, which is making me laugh because it is very tropey. I'm pretty sure I've written things with an exact kind of thing like that.
It's pretty out of place for Pokemon, too. Like,
it
this
really
is more congruent with Little Witch Academia than Pokemon.
I don't want to spoil anything. Well, actually, can you spoil if it's speculation? This isn't information I know, but I'm putting 2 and 2 together. That pendant, I'm almost certain, is tied to the new mythical Pokemon we're going to meet, Terragapos. You Clambos may remember him from a Poke News of the Week weeks ago.
News of the Week.
But there's that pendant, and spoilers, what happens with the pendant later looks a lot like Terragapos. So I'm thinking that her pendant somehow slots into Terragapos, or it's pre-evolution in some way. So that's what I'm guessing. But
objection, speculation, Your Honor.
Objection. That's hearsay.
Terragapos. Is it a turtle?
Yeah, it's a turtle.
It's an island off of Mexico.
Is it Terrapagos or Gapos? I never remember.
Oh, it does look like that. It's Terrapagos.
Pagos, okay.
Terrapagos.
Terrapagos.
Like
Could
Galapagos.
Could be.
Yeah, Terrapagos. Yes, Terrapagos. That makes sense.
Terrapagos. Okay.
I can't even. Oh, I should pull up the
Galapagos
picture.
off of Ecuador, isn't it? Technically Ecuador.
Sure.
Anne says Liko would look cute in the pendant. She should wear it. Then we cut to the next day. We see a Hitmonchan, a Machoke, a Reboot, a Machop, a Hitmontop, and they're all outside. Oh God, there's an airship in the sky. Spoilers, that airship's going to come into play probably next episode. Oshawott doing a little bit of training. Sprigatito's just a snoozing. And Poliwhirl is doing some laundry. So Liko's having some internal struggles. She's trying to learn about Sprigatito, because Sprigatito is just, what's the word, aloof towards Liko?
Yes, that is its character now, as a cat is.
Okay, and then Clambos, please go ahead and start drafting your emails of praise and how proud you are of me, because we get this zoomed out shot of a bunch of about 2 pixel wide Pokemon. It's only flashes on screen for about 2 seconds, and I say, all right, Pokemon, challenge accepted. It's tough to see, but we get, and this is me doing my best, we've got a Quagsire, a Chikorita, a Charmander, a Psyduck, a Squirtle, a Whimsicott, a Cottony, a Venonat, and a Rattata. And then a little bit later, we get a Doduo, Raticate, Tepig, and Froakie. Froakie is maybe who I'm most proud of me identifying, because you don't see any of him. It's just like 2 little circles that look like 3 other Pokemon until you look much closer.
That's a picture of Terrapagos. Wait, what do we decide how do you pronounce it?
Terrapagos.
Terrapagos.
It's probably...
And that makes sense. And if you look at the image, it looks just like the force field that the amulet created.
Oh, wow, you're right. What if it's sealed inside the amulet and it's protecting her?
And then there's now we get a bunch of new characters. I don't even know how to begin to explain them, because in this episode, Clambos, I'm sorry, we do not get enough information about the 15 new characters they're about to dump on us. But needless to say, there is a girl, there's another girl. One girl has pink hair and a sick Chansey jacket. The other girl's getting a phone call.
I love these 2. They're so sick.
The girl with the pink hair is my wife.
I was about to say, Geese has got some new favorite characters coming up, because they're calling the Zaddy.
She has huge May from Avatar vibes.
Didn't think you were going to say that, but kind of, yeah.
No, the pink one has May vibes.
I like Glove Girl, because she looks like she works on like battleships.
I do love the woman like mechanic character. Yeah. I do love that.
Which makes Final Fantasy 15 hilarious, because they really dropped the ball on that one.
Tronbon is what Geese would be into. Everybody send pictures of Tronbon to Geese People.
Oh, get in line. That was I still remember the forums on that.
Okay, so they're talking on the phone to Murdoch, which is going to be this new big burly older man with gray streaks in his hair that look like forks and knives or something. Meanwhile, did they specifically say they're looking for Liko, or do they're vague about it?
It's so vague.
Okay, they're vague.
Everything is so vague.
Everything's vague.
They have a floating Rotom phone with her portrait on it, so it's implied that they're looking for her.
I don't think that's true.
No, I saw it.
Later on, yeah, but anyway, it's not important.
Okay.
All right, Clambos. Liko is looking for Sprigatito's favorite places to sunbathe. She has a cool little diagram on her Rotom Dex. Here we go. And she finds Sprigatito and begs Sprigatito not to be reckless. Please don't. And she starts sniffing her paws. And then we see a man that looks just like Drampa at a bus stop. We see Murdoch, which is the guy that was on the phone earlier. This is where they establish that they're looking for someone. Clambos, there's a lot going on. I'm sorry. They're going back and forth so quickly. There's some more night training. We got a mysterious two-toned hair man with dead eyes arriving at the school.
Just an assassin. Yeah. He just looks like Death the Kid from Soul Eater.
Yeah, we see some Pokemon in this shot. Nobody knew other than Pidgeot. And turns out, Geese, what? Everybody's going home for the weekend? Christmas break? Jeez, that was quick.
Yeah, it was quick. I was surprised by that.
Yeah, Anne's going to go visit her family. Everybody's getting on buses. Liko's going to stay. She's not going to travel all the way to Paldea just for a quick little holiday or whatever. Or maybe it's a new semester. I don't know. It's happening so fast.
And they called it a break.
So Scary Man is here for Liko. Scary Man says, Liko's grandmother sent me, and I have a letter from Liko's grandmother. At which point I think, why wouldn't Liko's grandmother just text Liko? They have the technology.
It's very funny that a school with a security guard to keep the kids safe at night has almost no security protocol for this guy.
No, she says, oh yeah, she's right here. Hey Liko, this guy's looking for you.
Who's this guy with a dark suit, dead eyes, two-tone hair, and black gloves? Come on in.
Sprigatito does not trust this man, and turns out he wants the pendant. This is fishy. Liko is not having it. She's very, very suspicious. She's in her room, wondering what to do. This is what I kind of like about this character, because if this was Ash would have gone, oh, here's your pendant.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
But oh God, the evil man is at the door. It just goes to show how different this show is, because in Pokemon before, yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're having fun. But there's not really stakes ever. You're always just, yeah, we know. But I was really feeling nervous for Liko at this point. Just, oh God, he's at the door. What's she going to do?
It helps that she's also the embodiment of nervousness. I did like that she kind of kept her cool when she was like, oh, Sprigatito, you need to stay calm. That was rude. Let's go to the room and I can express my self-doubt from behind the safety of a door.
Yeah, it's also scary because she has this level 1 Pokemon, Sprigatito.
You don't know that Spriga
it's level 5 at the most. Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's already spring break. It could be level 9.
All right, guys. She jumps through the window to escape. But then, oh my God, Clambos, evil man has partners, and they've all got Rotom phones, and they're communicating, and they're telling each other to follow her. And God, it's so scary.
She was on the roof, running around, middle of the night. How did somebody see her? When they had somebody yell off screen, there she is, I was thinking, who, what?
Yeah, they show the person seeing her.
But
okay.
My note was actually, how are more people not seeing and hearing this? I understand it's a break, but there's got to be a couple. There's got to be a few employees who aren't hearing this destruction. My God. The music is very tense, very scary. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's chasing. They see her, but it's real dark out, and the third man throws out a Rhydon. And Clambos, this is where I'm telling you, I am terrified for Lil Liko, because Taylor can argue all he wants. That is a baby new Pokemon who is not equipped to fight a Rhydon. Oh my
Definitely
God.
Not equipped for it.
But she's like, we don't have to beat him.
Exactly.
You just got to use your noggin. Sprigatito wants to fight, and oh my goodness. Sprigatito is such a smart little Pokemon, because rather than defeat Rhydon, what Sprigatito does is use Leafage to block his eyes so he can't see anything, then jumps on his face, uses a bunch of sweet scent right in his nose, and just makes him pass out from the scent.
It was actually really sick because that shows the bond that they've developed over this time, where it was like, oh, that leaf attack won't work. And then Rigatoni's just like, I know exactly what you mean. I'm going to do this again. Put some leaves on your eyes. Use sweet breath. And just inferred all that.
Rigatoni.
Yeah.
We call it that now.
That's a good nickname for Sprigatito. Like, Taylor can call him that. I'm not calling Sprigatito Rigatoni.
I'm calling it Rigatoni.
Oh my god.
Rigatoni's a great name for a Pokemon.
So Sprigatito's very smart. She's running. Oh my god, they're on the roofs. Oh my god. Geese, who comes... and I don't need necessarily fan theories on who this is, but who comes flying from the skies so sick out of Charizard?
Team Rocket.
It's a good one.
No, it's Ash.
It's not Ash.
It's a man in a sick pilot coat, and he's got those pilot goggles.
He's got white hair, yellow jacket, and he's gonna fight all the villains. His name is Professor Friday.
I did make a note earlier that I forgot to say, where Assassin Man was just walking around looking for the girl, and I just kept thinking, man, Team Rocket wouldn't have done this. Team Rocket would have been dressed up as like beekeepers or something and saying, oh, would you like to buy our honey? We know your grandmother. Something like that.
The villain man throws out a Pokemon to battle Professor Friday. We got to pick a name. We got to pick a pronunciation. He throws out Cerulege, which is the sickest poke in Scarlet and Violet. And he, of course, is on my team. He's my boy. He, of course, designed by the same designer who did the Mega Man Battle Network bosses. Very sick. Bitter Blade, which is a great move, by the way. Not only does it deal a bunch of damage, signature moves of Cerulege, but it also heals you. Very sick.
I love this Pokemon. Oh, I put it down as Shadow Soldramon, but it's really sick because it looks like a Mega Man villain.
Did you hear any of my words I just said?
Maybe.
Did you hear me say that it is designed by the same designer as the Mega Man Battle Network bosses?
Oh, I heard Mega Man Battle Network, and that just made me think of the notes, so I went back to read my notes, and I kind of tuned it out from there.
Oh my. Charizard, use Flamethrower! Night/Dragon Claw! Liko says, and this cracked me up because this is the most real I've seen Pokemon ever be. She just says, I can't process any of this.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Big mood. Also, she's like, we need to get out of here. They're causing too much damage. Decides that the best way to do that is climbing the clock tower and doing some parkour. I was very confused by that.
When you've got a magical, mysterious pendant around your neck, I feel like that gives you a little feeling of invulnerability.
She has no idea that it's magical yet. But anyway,
yeah,
they should have just slid down, not doing crazy jumps. But they're destroying the school completely. She runs away.
I'll tell you right now, I'm wearing a pendant like that. I'm not taking the stairs anymore. That's all I'm gonna say.
And then, oh my God, Cerulege to attack Charizard, perhaps uses Psycho Cut. As this Psycho Cut blade flies past Charizard, we see Liko and Sprigatito make the big giant parkour jump from one building to another past the clock tower. And I, again, at this point, I'm thinking, nobody's hearing this? And then you see the Psycho Cut, while she's midair, is coming right for Liko's eye. And I think, she's not going to survive this. She can't, Clambos. So then, what happens, Geese?
Right when she's about to get hit, we see a giant green hexagonal ball appear around her.
The pendant activates, and the bubble shield has been deployed. Yes. She's protected now from all Fortnite gamers.
Got a chat filter on and everything.
And like I said, like we mentioned before, Clambos, this looks just like the legendary turtle. So I'm thinking it's got to be.
And it even has the same bubble thing on that fan art, or not fan art, that official art I shared.
Yep, official.
It's true. and she's just suspended in midair in this protection bubble, and the screen says to be continued. Now,
pretty sick cliffhanger.
Terrible credits. These credits are bad. I hope they improve. It's a blurry screenshot of the school with just the text.
I was pretty disappointed with the credits, actually. I normally or certainly with the last series, I would watch the credits every single time, especially during that Brock song.
Oh, yeah.
But this one, I watched 10 seconds and I was like, yeah, I'm good.
I sure hope they improve it.
I saw Toby Fox's name in the credits. Is that because it took some music from the video game?
Yeah, Toby Fox composed music in Scarlet and Violet. Maybe he did some music in this anime because I don't remember. I don't remember.
Good for him.
Oh my God. You want to talk about good for him? That guy, Toby Fox, has got to be one of the top 10 just for people in that sphere. Top 5 luckiest people in the world. He just everything he's ever wanted to be a part of, just this English speaking man. He's not Japanese, but he makes a cute little indie game everybody loves. And next thing you know, he gets his characters in Smash as costumes. I know he's the only non-Japanese person to do a lot of things with Nintendo, but he has his own tracks in Smash, his characters in Smash. He wrote music for Scarlet Violet. He's loving it. He's meeting all his idols. He's having the time of his life. And that's the episode, Clambos. Yeah, we haven't seen enough yet, so I don't know how I feel. As of this point, I don't think it's as good as the Pokemon shorts, the Poketoons, which I feel were way more concise and cute and cool. This one so far feels interesting, feels more adult of a show, but I don't know if I'm going to find it because it seems a little generic in its themes. So
I hope the pacing isn't like it was for this episode. They went too fast.
First episodes are really, I feel like especially nowadays, first episodes are really tough because you have to get a lot of people's attention because it's so easy to tune out to watch, like short form media. I'm looking forward to seeing what the show does. Like, I'm actively curious about what the next episode is going to be, and that's good.
Yeah, we don't know a lot. They've only been 5 episodes aired so far, so we'll see where it goes. I'm for one, am excited that I know they are introducing things in this anime for the first time. So we already know that there's a baby evolution of this mythical turtle that we don't know anything about, and it's going to be introduced in the show, not in the games, not in any other capacity. So that's gonna be fun for me personally. That's the kind of stuff I like. I play the main games. I play Go. I used to be huge in the card game. When they really make it cross-promotional and give you a reason to invest in all the different avenues of Pokemon, I think that's when it does the best and it's the coolest. Like, oh, we're going to find out about this here for the first time. Geese, let's hear the wrap-up.
Thank you all for listening. You can follow us on social media at Look Listen Cast on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you to Keith for our artwork. You can follow Keith on twitch.tv/KeithSquared. Guyera, won't you talk to us about our supporters?
Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you to all our supporters. You can go to looklistencast.com and click the link for Spotify for podcasters. Please click that. Please listen on Spotify. We need more, specifically Spotify. Very silly because they changed the way that works. Also, shout out to Professor Ticklebits for the website. And Taylor, what else?
The boilerplate.
Yeah. Please recommend this podcast to your friends and family, such as
grandmothers,
for an example,
nephews,
nieces,
owners of pendants,
cousins,
lawyers,
politicians,
shady businessmen,
scuba diving instructors,
regional managers.
All right. Taylor, would you like to read the actually, Geese, would you like to read this email? This question. You can send us a question, looklistencast@gmail.com, much like Artie Find It. Please do every week. Geese,
I would love to.
Geese, would you?
No, I want to do it.
Geese, would you please?
Yeah.
Geese,
I would like to introduce Geese reading the question.
Geese, would you please go to the doc and tell me what Artie Fine has questions this week?
Yes. Artie Fine asks, What are your favorite comfort games? Those that you go back to again and again just to relax and maybe listen to a podcast. Mine is probably Fallout 4. It may not have been an objectively great game, but I find few games more relaxing to just get lost exploring. What a great question.
Great question, Already Fine. Taylor, would you please like to answer the question, please?
So one of the... I really like Final Fantasy IX. I really like Legend of Dragoon. Those are real nice turn-based JRPGs. Something that I recommend for everybody, if you're looking to do something else while you have something mellow going on in the background, is Genshin Impact.
No further notes.
Well, it's very relaxing. I didn't know if you wanted me to expand on that. It's very relaxing. The imagery is really nice. The music is really gentle, and you can very much just turn off your brain while you're doing it.
Geese loves doing that.
Me too.
I do love turning off my brain. For me, my old podcasting game was Stardew Valley. Another one was Splatoon 2.
Really?
But I think now it's probably Astroneer, maybe. But honestly, I'm not at this stage in my life. I'm not really playing video games or listening to a podcast because, like, if I'm playing video games, I'm usually playing them with other people or on call with other people. So I'm not sure.
Yep, Already Fine. Unfortunately, I don't have a great answer for this for a couple reasons. A, I'm not a big game replayer. That's rare for me. I always try to beat a game and move on to the next one. B, I listen to podcasts almost exclusively while walking or commuting. I don't like to listen to them at home because I feel like that's a waste. I'd rather be getting exercise listening to them. But I can answer it a little bit in the sense that if there's no call going on, I will play a game that doesn't require 100% audio attention. Like I wouldn't play a Naughty Dog game with a video on in the background, but if there's a podcast with a video that I'll watch, I'll have that on while I play Final Fantasy V or I'm doing raids in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Something like that where you barely have to pay attention. Those kind of games.
Thank you for the question, Already Fine.
Congratulations, Already Fine. Wonderful question. All right, Clambos, it's time to go because I'm hungry. I got a tumbo. It's a growling. Geese is giving me the eyebrows, the head tilt, and the head. All right, everybody. Goodbye, Geese. You know what to do.
Say it 3 times.
Goodbye.
Taylor, you also say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Taylor?
Goodbye.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
All right.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese Pete. Thank you for listening to the Geese Pete Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company